Okay, I don't know what's going on with my stream settings, but it's not allowing me to go live right now. But I'm just gonna record this session and then I'll upload it. So, okay, I'm gonna get my 5-minute opening range set up here. What in the fuck just happened? There we go. Alright, so we've got really tight opening range here so far for the first 2 minutes. Let's see if we can print a little bit lower, widen this opening range a little bit, get a better range to trade. Right now I'm short euro. That's just kind of chopping around my entry, and we are just watching the open on ES to see what happens. See if we can find a trade. We've got support down here. I'm using voodoo lines. This is a snow line down here where we'll likely get support if this orb were to form and then break to the downside. I'm gonna let the people in the Discord know that. Alright, so our euro short is shaking out. That's good. We're gonna let that run, and then we're gonna watch SPY. I'd rather let this kind of chop down to this snow line before I go long. I'm not really interested in going short here. The risk reward just isn't great. I'm gonna let Sean over in Discord know, by the way, that we've got a voodoo line at 6,322. Alright. Histos are cooling off. Looks like this thing does want to go and chop down somewhere around here. I'm gonna go ahead and print screen real quick and send this over to Sean. Where'd it go? What in the fuck? There we go. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna close this euro short just yet. I'm gonna let this run a little bit. Let me get on the 5-minute. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna keep running. So I'm gonna let that do its thing. SPY also looking like it's gonna make some further continuation to the downside here. Just getting a quick little bounce there. 1, 5, 10. I'm gonna make this a 15-minute opening range, and then I'll probably go long here in a minute. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna put a stop in profit. So we've got a stop loss in profit. This is now guaranteed winner. Might not be as big of a winner as we would like if this reverses, but either way we're not gonna lose money. Money. And that's huge. Getting into a trade and being guaranteed money is that's how you win long term free trades. So stop is in profit. ES continuing down to this sell side liquidity here. I will probably look for a long entry somewhere around here, but nothing yet. Hopefully y'all are getting these Discord notifications popped up. Yep, so y'all can see Sean. He's firing away. He's in the CME trenches this morning with me and the other guys in the Discord that are trading futures. We got some serious talent in there. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's just leave this as a 5-minute orb. So ES breaking below the orb. Sellers still in control. Yeah. So what Sean's doing in the Discord right now is he's analyzing the footprint chart. That's basically just a way of analyzing order flow. He's basically just watching the balance of buyers and sellers via the actual orders that are coming into the book rather than trying to interpret that through the candles. Alright, yeah, we're getting some serious continuation outside of this orb. Now, I'm going to be watching these levels right here. This is what I'm going to be watching. If this holds, I will likely be going long. If this doesn't, I will probably go short and expect all of this liquidity here, boom, 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 to get tagged. Yeah, we got a market structure shift there. Yeah, let's see a break and retest of this line here. And if this holds, we might go long. If it doesn't, all right, yeah, we're breaking through it. Let's get a confirmation though. You don't want to jump the gun, because we could easily go short here and this could just moon to the damn. Sean got $520 in 9 minutes. Good job, Sean. I think this is going to hold a support. I'm not sure though, so let's just keep watching it. We've got about 4 minutes till this 5-minute candle closes. FOMO is a huge thing that new traders struggle with. A lot of people are seeing this and they're like, damn, I've missed out on, a $500 move. But I mean, really and truly, this is just the beginning if this continues to the downside, because we've got a lot of liquidity to take out here. So if this breaks this level, it's going to get ugly, and there'll be plenty of money to be made. Alright, ES is trading under the VWAP now. VWAP is just the volume weighted average price. It's like similar to a moving average, but generally you want to see price trading above the VWAP, not below it. I don't have a VWAP on my chart right now, but Sean has. Let's see if I can. I can't see it really, but that's the picture over here on Discord that Sean's putting in. Still watching this Euro trade. Looks like it might have found some support down here, but I'm not sure. Let me check the 15-minute, see what. Yeah, so it's kind of right at support. This is a really tight range. I don't really have any interest in trading this range right here. It's only 20 points. I would rather take a trade based on ES breaking this right here, this snow line, or breaking this skyline up. Alright, I'm going to move my stop to right here, above these highs. Come on, why is it doing that? Okay. So the bag indicator is also printing a short signal. Bag is something that one of my mentors created. That's a pretty solid indicator. Let's see if this is a higher low. I mean a lower high. If this prints a lower high and breaks this level, we're gonna go short. But right now in this range that we're in, I'm just not really interested in taking a trade in this range. It's just too tight. I hate chop. That's not how I trade. I trade reversals and breakouts, whether that be a breakout to the upside or downside, it doesn't matter. But I would consider this a breakout here to the downside if we break this level, because I mean we're just absolutely going to flush all this liquidity probably. When you see these little stair steps, that's like kind of where orders are stacked up. And when you break a level like this and there's that many levels in quick succession, that's what leads to major downside moves, because all of that liquidity gets flushed out. You've got stop loss, stop loss, stop loss. So it's going to be sell orders. Skyline right here, that might even break. Honestly, this could get really ugly if this level does not hold. We're getting a market structure shift right now. It hasn't printed yet. This candle needs to close below the wick from right here, where we found support and bounced in this pocket of sell side liquidity. Alright, I'm going to pull my stop a little bit further on Euro. Stop is now deep in profit. We're just going to let this run, and we will keep adjusting stops as need be. Alright, this is looking like we might get a short entry here. Okay, wow, yeah. Alright, let's see a close on this 5-minute and a retest of the snow line. Let's go to the 3-minute. Alright, let's see a test and rejection of this snow line, and then we'll enter short. Let's get a risk reward here on the chart, and then stop is going to be above these highs around here, and we're going to try and target a 3 risk reward. Let's make sure this closes below. We got about 2 minutes left on this candle, and then we'll look at taking a short entry. We're getting a sell signal on the bag. I just don't want to jump the gun and then get in this trade right as this ends up reversing. See, like we'd be in drawdown right now. We'd be probably $100 in the red right now if we had taken that entry before the confirmation of the rejection at this snow line. Yeah, this is looking like a short play. Only thing I don't like is the MACD histo is kind of cooling off. So until we get a close below this voodoo line, I'm not jumping into a short. It's just not worth it. See, if we had not waited for that confirmation below that snow line, we'd be almost stopped out now for like a $300, $400 loss, and would have eaten are euro gains. Now, given the euro trade is still running, but you're looking at a situation where you got to have the euro trade run 10, 15 more points just to break even because you took a shitty entry. Now, it looks like the snow line might hold as support here, unless this candle here breaks, closes below. But as of right now, we have a break and then retest as support happening right now. So you wouldn't want to be in short with that going on. That's why entries are so important, and getting confirmation before taking an entry is extremely important. Alright, euro stabbing down some more. That's good. We like that. We like that. Keep running for us. As far as ES goes, unless I get this short entry or we get a break of this skyline, I just have no interest in taking a trade on ES. I don't like the range that we're in. I don't like this tight range. I don't like the fact that we're at all-time highs and I don't know what the fuck is going on, you know? There's just not a lot. I mean, I've got skylines for my voodoo lines where, you know, I'm expecting some. These are pulled from Fibonacci levels and Bollinger Bands, and there's one other indicator that they factor into the voodoo lines, but I'm not totally positive. 1, 6, 5. Damn. Yeah, this is gonna be nasty if this actually hits. So, look at this risk reward here. This is nuts. This is why risk reward is so critical, and why it's awesome when you get it figured out. Look, we've got a 3.5, almost 4 risk reward here on this. This is going to be a nasty trade. This will be about close to $1,000 profit if this hits TP. So, fingers crossed. Say your prayers. Shout out to J-Man. So yeah, we were just kind of talking about risk reward. This is why like understanding your risk reward is so crucial, and how much it can impact your trading as far as your profitability. Because you're not going to win every trade, you're just not. But when you're winning trades that have a risk reward like this, you can afford to take a stop out or two and lose a couple $100 when you're taking trades that are giving you thousands of dollars at a time. So that's why risk reward is so important. And so many traders just want to know about technical analysis, want to know about like fundamentals, this and that. What indicator should I be using? Brother, you need to understand risk reward before you even start going and diving into indicators. If you like are getting signals that you should take a trade, but you don't understand risk reward and you're not monitoring what the risk reward is on that specific trade, you're going to get into trades where, since you're not charting out like I've charted out on the screen here, the risk reward, you're going to get into trades that have goofy risk reward, and you're going to get stopped out for a massive loss, and your upside wasn't even that good to begin with. So you're, risking hundreds of dollars to maybe make $100. It's just stupid. But that's what I see with a lot of beginners, is they just don't invest the time, and they're too lazy, and they're too antsy, and they've got too much FOMO. So they're just jumping into shitty trades with bad risk reward. But anyway, alright, we're breaking this snow line. Let's see some continuation to the downside. Let's see this candle close, and then we'll probably take a short entry. 69.96, I feel a heartbeat. I chest to chest with this bitch. These sell orders are getting absorbed on the euro. Unfortunately, this isn't a micro. I'm in one mini, so I can't really trim it. But I'm probably going to close this here in a second. We will look at taking a short entry. 30 seconds till this candle closes. I'm not going to jump in as soon as it closes. I'm going to see if we can get a retest in the next 3-minute candle, and then I'll go short. If I miss it, I miss it. Oh well. Still made about $300 today, so I'm going to move this stop to right above this. 4 seconds till this candle closes. Yep, Barry just signaled a short on ES. Let's see if we can get, alright, no. come on, retrace a little bit. There we go. Alright, I'm in short. I'm gonna put my stop right above this support, or resistance I mean. We've got our TP right here. So, snag a screenshot and send this to Sean. He's telling me not to chase it, but I don't think this is a chase. I think this is a good entry. It's not ideal. I would rather find an entry at that support or at that resistance, but it's looking like it wants to go lower. Alright, come on, yes. Quit bullshitting. Most we're gonna lose here if this doesn't play out is probably about $250, but we're looking to gain around $600-700. So it's a risk reward I'm willing to accept. We got a sell signal printing on the bag indicator as well. And if anybody's interested in the bag indicator, I can send you in the right direction. Just send me a message and I'll get you set up. All right, come on. Come on, sellers. There we go, come on. There it is. All right, let's go, come on. Once this kind of floats down into here, I'm gonna move my stop into this zone, and then as we get further continuation, I'll pull my stop to break even. And then as we're getting close to TP, I'll move my stop into profit. Move my stop down above these highs right here. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that yet. I don't want to jump the gun on this. I want to be comfortable with a little bit of drawdown in this area as long as we're below here. I'm going to pull this right to here, actually. Not a great thing to do to adjust your stop loss, but I think that's a better area to have a stop. Alright, come on, Euro. Dicking around. This is why I'm not a huge fan of trading ES. Just because it's not, none of the long entries are that great as far as this range we're in, and then the short entries, you get good entries, but the price action just isn't super convincing as far as to the downside. Like, this just doesn't have a whole lot of strength to it. But I do like this wick. We got a nice long wick on the top showing some strength from the sellers. Not a lot of wicks on the bottom showing the buyers are definitely not in control right now. This is definitely a seller's market right now. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this right now. Alright, so we got a lower high printed. I'd like to see this reject, but it might. Love it when my entry becomes support, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. Still not out of this trade. We're in some drawdown, but as far as this could still play out, this 15-minute candle I'm not loving. Shows buyers are stepping in pretty hard right here, but let's see the sellers step in. Come on. Let's see the bottom fall out. Let's get a thick, juicy short trade. Hourly is looking kind of bearish. Squeeze is rolling over. MACD is rolling over. I think we'll be able to hit TP on this. It might just take a little bit to play out, unfortunately. Yeah, we might get stopped. Fuck. This would have been a better entry here, honestly. But, oh well. That just shows you why patience is so key. I really don't want to get stopped out because I know this is going to see some continuation to the downside. It's just a matter of if I get stopped out before it does. This is goofy doing this, but we're adjusting our risk reward to actually be pretty bad at this point. It's not even a 2 risk reward. But I'm only doing that because we're getting a lot of bearish confluence here. And I just don't want to get stopped out right before this prints down. But I'm expecting this to flush. It's just a matter of if we get stopped out before it does. This is pissing me off. Bag is still short. All we can really do is just wait and hopefully not get stopped out before this flips. But this is a strong candle here. Still a lower high, but it's pretty strong. We're gonna get a fair value gap here. 8 seconds. Damn. Yeah, this is looking like it might be a stop out. Motherfucker. Damn. There we go. Hourly still pointing to downside. but this is really just a matter of if we get stopped out or not. Looking at the hourly, I'm kind of tempted to put my stop loss above here, to be honest, which is asking a lot more than I would prefer to, but everything is pointing to the downside right now. There we go. Alright. ES made us sweat it out a little bit. That's why patience is huge. I should have been more patient and got an entry more close to this snow line, but I jumped the gun a little bit. I'd like to see this 5-minute close below this and see a nice bearish engulfing candle here. I don't know if we're going to get it, but we'll see. Got about 1:30 left on this print. Come on. I really don't want to see the buyers flip this candle back to green. That'd be an issue. We'd probably want to go ahead and close the position if this candle gets flipped back to green and prints above this. We got 1 minute, 3 minutes already closed below. So, damn. That was what I didn't want to see. 7 seconds, 4 seconds. Yeah, that's not what we wanted. This is a goofy ass trade. This is why I hate trading things around these levels. It's just, there's a lot of indecision on both sides of the fence. There's a lot of indecision from buyers and there's a lot of indecision from sellers. You don't really get a whole lot of conviction in moves either way until you're breaking past and holding all-time highs with conviction. So you end up getting stuck in these weird ranges. Super goofy price action, but we're still getting short signals on the hourly, but like I said, I just don't know if we're gonna get that move to the downside before this retraces and stops us out. Hopefully it does, but hopefully is not the best place to be as a trader. You want to be certain. Riding on hope is how you blow up accounts. Luckily we got a euro trade still doing well for us. ES is just not giving us what we want. Nightmare trade. Got about 30 minutes on. Oh wait, that's the 3 month. No, let's go to the 30 minute. 30 minute is looking bearish as well. Man, this isn't a bad trade. It's just not a great entry. This entry should be right at the snow line. Taking an entry right here is kind of stupid on my part. But we've got some good confluence pointing to the downside, so we're not going to get shaken out of this trade just yet. We're going to let it ride. And Euro's still working out, so we're still green on the day. We've got some good profit, unrealized, but we've got a good, decent trade playing out right now. I'm going to move my stop above these highs, lock in some profit. Fuck, man. Just go ahead and flip. BSing. 5 minutes on that 15-minute print. Sean is done for the day. I'm jealous. I'm still stuck in this stupid-ass ES trade that I really didn't want to take, but I figured I would take an ES trade on this video just to kind of show you guys how I trade ES, but I really wish I hadn't. It'd be nice to just be up 500, close this out, and then fuck off and be done for the day. But we're going to ride. We're going to see what happens here. Squeeze is pointing to the downside. MACD is pointing to the downside. We've got confluence across multiple time frames. We're just not getting any sellers stepping in with any conviction, unfortunately. All right. We're going to pull this a little deeper into profit here. We're getting some follow through from the bears. There it is. All right. Fucking A. Took long enough. Okay. So let's get some follow through, and then we're moving this fucker to break even, because fuck this trade. I don't want to sit through all that bullshit just for a break even, though. That would really suck. Stops going above the snow line. Risk reward is back to a 3 risk reward. Let's get some follow through. Oh my god. What a joke. Honestly, if I had taken the entry where I should have at this snow line, we probably could have already closed this for a couple $100. Euro trade is deep in the green. Depending on how this candle closes, I might take break even or even a small loss just to de-risk and lock in profit for the day. We've got good profit so far. I'd like to see this Euro trade hit TP, but I'm also kind of ready to wrap up. All right, come on. Let's see what the 5 minutes looking like. 5 minute. Yeah, we've clearly got something going on here in this area where we've got some support. I don't want to jump the gun and close this too early, but I'm really not loving this trade. Alright, let's get this thing a few points in the green and then we're going to close out, because I just don't like this. I do like this candle close though. I like where we're closing this candle, but I don't want to lose my profits from this euro trade. I do like this 5 minute candle close. I like where the price action is headed, but I'm just not a fan of the risk. Alright, we got 1 minute on this candle close. The 3 minute closed. See, yeah, there it is. There's some sell side liquidity right here. That's where we're getting held up. I think it's time to close this trade. Let's get ready to nuke this position. Alright, we closed that. I'm done with that. This just isn't playing out as quickly as I would like, so we maybe made 20-30 bucks on that. But we're in some serious drawdown, so that was not an ideal trade. This is a better example of how you trade. And then we're going to drag stops again below these lows right here, lock in profit. We're guaranteed about 500 bucks here. I would really like to see this slap TP. That'd be nice. That'd be about a $750 gain. I'm not going to even leave this on because I'm going to end up chasing it when it actually does what I assumed it was going to do. We're getting a buy signal on NQ, which is weird. NQ and ES don't usually diverge like this, but I'm glad I got out of that ES trade. NQ, there must be something going on in the tech sector that's, I'm sure, like Google or Nvidia or something like that is running. Alright, shoot, you know what? Let's drag this a little further. I'm tempted to close this right now, but I mean, our stop is so deep in profit, I might as well let it run. Shawnee boy, already at the gym. What a goat. Sean is a goat. When I introduced him in the Discord, he was trying to be all humble. I told him we got a big stepper in here. He's like, nah, I'm not a big stepper. I'm like, come on. Yes, you are. Stop playing. Alright. Yeah, now we're getting a short print on watch. I bet you ES finally fell out. Yep. Look at that. Yeah, we'd be deep in profit right now. Oh well. We caught a good trade on the euro. So, I'm not going to chase it. There's no point in chasing it. We're up 600 bucks on the day. Drag this stop a little bit deeper into profit. Really the last thing that I've got going on today. I'm just going to let this trade close out and then I'm done. So, how long is this video? We've been on for, shoot, I can't remember where the time is. Oh, 1 hour. So we're averaging about $620 an hour. Tell me where you can find a 9 to 5 where you can get that kind of return. You're not going to get it. So this isn't a great day. Usually I try to strive for 1.5 to 2K every day, but you know, we just didn't have price action that was conducive to that, and I'm not concerned with chasing any trades trying to get a certain dollar amount. I mean, making $500+ in a day is a blessing, so I'm getting really tempted to close this out, but I'm gonna let it run. Come on now. Let's see if this prints a lower high. Yep. Alright, looks like it's gonna print a lower high. If it doesn't, we're going to get stopped out and we'll be done for the day. Come on, get a little follow through. Let's hit TP. Come on, go get TP. We're close. We're about 10, 15 points away from, or 10, come on. Lower high. Let's get some follow through. There we go. There we go. I like that 600 flat. If I close this now, my commissions are probably going to take me under the $600 mark. Son of a bitch. Yep, looks like we're going to find a bottom here. I'm going to go ahead and close this here in just a second. Alright, we're closing it. Alright, $563 on the day. There it is. That's how we do it. See y'all tomorrow, and hopefully I can get my live situation figured out. Yep, see, look, we closed it, and we're testing that basis line in the Bollinger Bands. I'm happy with $560. That's better than most. $500 a day, let's see, that's roughly, you're looking at like maybe $60,000-$70,000 annually if you were to hit 500 every day. Now, given I'm trying to target more than 500, but that's still good. Thank God for profit. Thank God that I'm not poor. I'm happy. Peace.